It's time for Friday Night Live. Live. Let me know where you all are coming in from as we get rolling. Tonight, we have a weekly roundup with some new shit going on with Britney Spears, Ice Cube, and Josh Duggar. And then we have Housewives. We have Girardi stuff. We have more Jen Shaw stuff. That motion's like 200 pages. There's a lot to get through. This binged at some point during the day. The paw nerds are cuddled up in the chair back there, and we're just ready to go. I've got some rosé Housewives themed from my friend No Filter, Zach. I've been on his podcast. He has his own booze, but they were so cute. I couldn't decide between the cans. You guys were helping me decide on Instagram, but also they're like they are an appropriate serving, I am sure. So I'm going to just drink 2 of them because, that's how it's going to be. So we are going to open that up. Which one should we get into first? Diamond. Oh, we're going to open this when we get to Housewives, because Beverly Hills factors in there. So we're going to do, I'm ready to flip a table first. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let's go. You guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to just get into it? Are you ready? Should we just? I think we should. Let's get into it. Keep telling me where you're coming in from. It's always good to see you. Hey there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker, the badass lawyer and everyone's favorite legal commentator. I'm the host of The Emily Show, and I break down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I should warn you, I'm a big fan of the cursey words. This channel is where the law nerds unite to talk about facts, not fuckery. What's up, everybody? It's so good to see you. We see Scotland and Ottawa and Florida and Tennessee and Ireland and Australia and Portland and France and Tallahassee and all the things. Happy birthday, little kitty cat. Cheers to you. Seattle, eating barbecue, drinking red wine sounds delightful. Happy Friday Night Live. A good shout out to the Facebook crew, because we do have a Facebook crew for Friday Night Live. I want to make sure I get to the 2 super chats that came in before we get to the weekly roundup, because we always say hi first before we say hi anymore. Replay crew, we love you. I know it's not always easy to watch live. We will timestamp the things down below if you're looking for just one particular segment of the show. The docket, if you will be timestamped after we are live. Unrelated, but who is your favorite Disney and Harry Potter characters? Alyssa, this is a very deep and personal it's a very personal question. I have lots of favorites, and it depends if we're talking about like Disney, all Disney, like does that include Marvel? Is that princesses? Is it Star Wars? I mean, I would have to break it down by favorite Disney franchise and then break it down further by favorite characters within a franchise, because Disney owns the world. And I have princesses that I love more than others, Marvel characters that I love more than others. I'm very excited about Loki. It's a lot of fun. I'm ready for Black Widow, the movie. But also there is Star Wars, heart of my heart. But also then there was Mandalorian, which is so good, which is like Star Wars, but adjacent. It's... You're like, it's way more in depth than I thought we needed to go. Right. This is how my brain works. It's like, well, we have to define the question, because Disney is broad. So there's that. Disney's broad. We're going to have to come back to that one. Favorite Harry Potter character. I love McGonagall. She's one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter, hands down. I also am a big fan of Neville Longbottom and Hermione Granger. Not that we don't like Harry, but we love a sassy smart chick who has, a diverse storyline and goes through all the teen angstiness with having 2 best friends and everything that goes with that. Italy, even though it's 2 a.m. Angel, thank you for hanging out with us at 2 a.m. Vancouver Island, Heather, is one of my favorite places in the world. Hello, New Jersey and Puerto Rico. Ireland, it's so good to see you. Central California, it's so fun to see where you guys are coming in from. And I try to share as many of these as I can, even if I don't shout them out as I'm coming in. So thank you for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Hi from Nashville. Hi. Welcome. Same. The weather's nice. Watching YouTube on the TV and then getting to chat, Mark, I appreciate it. You get to do both of the things. Samantha Stone said, I've been binging your videos as part of the replay crew, and this is my first time catching a live since I'm in Japan. Welcome, Samantha Stone. I'm going to try, it's been on my noggin, to add a off time live at least once a month so that the international crew can make sure to catch a live every now and then. So I'm contemplating adding, aside from Coffee and Cursey Words and Friday Night Live, adding like an international at a different time. So that has been on my brain, doing that. So know that I am thinking about all of you in the middle of the night worldwide, and just me getting up in the middle of the night once in a while and streaming, which I think would be very fun. So thank you for the super chat. I'm so glad it's your first live. If any of the other Law Nerds in here, if it is your first live, go ahead and drop a 1 in the live chat so we can see who's in here live for the first time. Hello, Norway. Hello, Turkey. Hello, lots of Australians. Hello, Aussies. Oh, I love Luna Lovegood too. Nocturna said, my friend is at school right now, but you inspired her to go to law school. She starts in September. Hey, congratulations to starting law school in September. It's an adventure for sure. She's going to get into her first year of law school and be like, jurisdiction. The answer is jurisdiction. Did diversity jurisdiction exist in this case? No, it did not. That's going to be her first 1L. She's going to be like, what? Jurisdiction. I know the answer. It's always jurisdiction. It will be it will be so much fun. Welcome, Susie MB. Oh, Tamara, yeah, I didn't even mention the Pirates franchises. Like, there are so many Disney franchises. I'm going to get to a few more super chats and then we're going to get to weekly roundup. We have so much to talk about. Alaska is one of my favorite places. I know a bunch of people around here haven't been able to go on their summer Alaska vacations because Canada has not been super travel friendly for people coming through so they can get to Alaska. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I just love Alaska. It's just one of my favorite places. Look at all of you in the chat. Hello to everyone who is tuning in for their first live stream. So much fun. Welcome. There are a lot of y'all. I'm just going to say right now, just make sure to also remember to subscribe. We're going to keep it binging over here. So many of you, welcome. Lemon drop martinis are one of my favorite. Welcome. I lost some of my super chats. I am so sorry. Just a matter of Tam. Happy YouTube anniversary, Emily. Been a member for a while, but the struggle is real when it comes to catching you live, but I'm here tonight. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for such a generous super chat. For those of you who haven't been following me on social, tonight, or tomorrow, technically, the 19th, is the anniversary of my very first ever upload to YouTube. I uploaded January 19th, 2015, my very first ever YouTube video. It's down. If you're a member, we've done a live reacts to it. So that's in the membership. That's in the YouTube member content where you can go find that from the members only live streams, but that video is no longer still up. I'll trot it out occasionally and we'll laugh at it, but it is just, for me, it's cringe to look at the first thing I created, but it was back in the day. My hair is driving me crazy. I was doing lifestyle stuff because I was still a district attorney. So tech, some vlogging, just sharing my life and finding community here on YouTube. And 6 years later, here we are with all of the law nerds. I have found the community I was looking for, and I am so happy to be a part of it. I can't wait to get traveling again for speaking engagements and things like that so that we can have some more meetups and start to see each other in person, start to figure out maybe doing some Friday night lives in person. I think we could make that happen. Wouldn't that be fun to just do a Friday night live stream in person and on stream? It would be so good. We could make that happen. Come to New York and visit the new Harry Potter store. It looks amazing. I'm getting in line for the queue at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Mindy, if you take pictures, tag me on the social media so I can see them. It looks incredible. I want to go to Harry Potter in London too. I have not been to Harry Potter in Orlando. We have been to Harry Potter in Los Angeles at Universal. It's so much fun. I love the immersive theme parks. I love being in another world. It's so fun when you can see it the way you see it in the movies and the way you see it in your head when you read a book. Kitty Louise, welcome in from Wales. Thank you for saying hello. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. I might have, and then we're going to move on. Lisa Lee, I'm the one who tweeted about my 11-year-old's obsession with the Roblox case. He's been asking if you've covered it yet. He comes by his law obsession, honestly. I didn't know there was a Roblox case. I saw that. We will have to cover it. I didn't know my kids are also obsessed with roadblocks. Roblox. So I will figure it out. We will talk about it. Tell your son, yes, we will get to it. The request is well taken. Games. Tell the housewives to chill for a minute. Like, the housewives have gotten out of control. The housewives have gone wild. It is Housewives Gone Wild. Housewives Gone Wild. Housewives Gone Wild. Thank you so much. Meeting you would be so cool. Just saw your TED Talk. My TED Talk is one of the things I am most proud of. I love sharing it. I love that it's out there. I love that as people find the law stuff, they've also found the TED Talk. It means a lot to me, and I will be expanding on that TED Talk for sure. There will be an expansion of it for sure. Yes, I did see that the Dave Matthews Band will be in Franklin. I have seen that. I have indeed. Thank you, Diva. And thank you, Casey. The TED Talk is legendary. I appreciate that. It was one of the very first things I did after I left the DA's office. When I left the DA's office, doing that talk was very raw and real. I think I could probably do it today without crying, but I've been to a lot more years of therapy since I did the TED Talk. So I feel like I'm able to talk through things better now. Alexandra, I'm so curious. You analyzed the TED Talk for a speech class. I hope it got good marks as being a well-structured speech. It just kind of is the way that I talk. I promised. Ashley, I did. I promised we would hear about that. I absolutely promised we would do a story time. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a weekly roundup. We're going to do a story time. And then we're going to get into, the Housewives cases. And I've seen a number of you ask about the Zoom call, the members only Zoom call. I keep forgetting to put it up in the community tab because summer is a struggle. But yes, we are doing one, and they're going to end up being back to back because we're going to be bumping at the end of this quarter into next quarter. But yes, there will be one for this quarter and there will be one for next quarter. So you have not missed out. We will be doing it. Living Sweetly said, at a fancy shindig with hubby and actually enjoying it because of you. Why, you may ask? Yes, I may ask. Because my hearing aids lost hearing combat duty. I am sorry about that. Hearing loss is one of the bigger ones in combat duty, isn't it? Are now connected to your stream. So you can just smile and nod and smile and nod. Smile and nod, smile and smile and nod. Well, Living Sweetly, I'm glad we can be your community while you are out and about at a fancy shindig. I have not been out and about in fancy shindigs in a while. So yes. Monica said, I found you through Simply. I have new hit. Look, do you guys see? I've got Hello Taco back there. I've got new colors. I'm very excited to get into them next week. And have been hooked since. Absolutely love your content. You're making it so interesting. Thank you. I try to make it interesting, understandable, and sometimes funny. Not always intentionally funny. Just sometimes wow, that just came out of my mouth. Zach, by the way, this is really delicious. I enjoy it. The cans are so cute. I think I got hair on this one, but this is a very fun rosé. So thank you for making housewife themed drinks. It feels like you can have a little sip while you're watching Housewives. You could day drink this easily. It's really lovely. Sylvia says hi from France. Hello. First time being on for a stream. Isn't it fun? I'm so happy work finished this late, 2 a.m. Happy YouTube anniversary. Thank you. Isn't it wild? Isn't it wild? It's wild that it's been 6 years. I hadn't even been paying attention in years past to when I uploaded my first video and was looking at it to talk about it with the members and was like, oh, June. And I actually got hired at the DA's office in June. So it's like June is my anniversaries for getting hired and doing things. July is my wedding anniversary. So it's that. Is Santa Maria, California, home of the Santa Maria style barbecue? I have no idea, but I bet you somebody in the chat will know. Rebecca said, I found you through Peter. I love Peter Mon. I truly do love Peter Mon. He is a tremendous human. Found you through Peter, and your dedication to making good content and educating is refreshing. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I try. It does take the brain space. I try to give it the brain space it deserves always. And my goal here is always to help bring understanding in some way, even when the facts are not popular. And we wish they were different ways, because there's times when I'm like, these facts suck and I hate them. And I hate that this is the result, but it is what it is. I want to make sure I didn't miss any of your generous super chats before we jump in to weekly roundup, DA story time. I know you all won't let me forget. And then Housewives shenanigans. That's what we've got tonight. So I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yvonne Fritz, I'm sorry. I missed it. Made it to a live while recording the hockey game. Love the channel and the hair. Thank you. I beat out hockey. That feels like a win. Woohoo. Let's see. I found you through Simply. I got that. Fancy Shindig. Hello from Wales. Hello, Selena. Tijuana, Mexico, drinking Imperial Double IPA. Little Kitty Cat. Emily, I always love how you interact with the viewers. I'll join the replay crew. Short attention span. Thank you so much. Cynthia asked, besides the weather, do you miss the SoCal vibe? No, I don't. I don't miss the SoCal vibe. You know why? Because I appreciate a slower pace. There are times when a slower pace can be like, oh my God, this is slow. But I appreciate the slower pace. I get to direct my own life. I don't have to rush to work. I appreciate slowing down and living a bit more simply. I didn't feel like I could do that in Southern California, not just because the cost of living, but there is an energy to it. And I know people from New York would be like, there's an energy to SoCal. The energy is like, bruh, chillin'. It's not that chill when you live in LA. I know it has a chiller vibe, like a chiller style, but there's still this hamster wheel to it. And maybe some of that was me. Maybe some of that's just because I grew up there. But moving out of that, I felt like I was able to actively step off the hamster wheel, opt out of that, and pick a different pace and a slower pace. And I love that. Like, I love that I've been able to pick a slower pace in a different way to live my life. And that's one of the things I love about this area. I'm sure you could find a hustle and scene in Nashville too, but everything feels a little more chilled out and there's just less people. So it doesn't feel like you're constantly rushing. So I really, really like that. Ario Scorpion said, do you feel that Gamora should be a Disney princess since Disney owns Marvel? I don't know. She's a superhero to me. Like, Gamora is totally a superhero to me. So I don't know, but she is kind of a princess, right? Because Thanos, maybe she would be part of the Descendants crew, but I think she's too, I don't know. She's too superhero-y to be a princess, I think. Alicia L watched, are you watching Loki? Thoughts? I am watching Loki. I fucking love it. I haven't watched this week because my son is away at camp and he very clearly asked if we would wait for him to watch Loki. And when my 13-year-old wants to sit on the couch and watch TV with me, the answer is always yes, I'm going to do that. Though he will watch TV without me literally all the time. Julia Sutton said, I'm drinking Crystal Light and recovering from bariatric surgery. Congratulations. Already almost 20 pounds down in a week. Healthier me one step at a time. I hope the recovery continues to go well. Thank you very much. I think I caught up on the super chats that I missed. Thank you very much. I try to get to everything. When the chat jumps, sometimes things do get missed. And if we just read super chats all night, we'd be on stream reading super chats all night. So replay crew, again, there will be timestamps. Gina said, I work for a court reporting firm in Louisiana. Louisiana law would turn your hair purple. I'm sure it would. Boop the floof. I can't, the floof is asleep. We're not booping the floof. This floof is just, we'll boop the floof at the end when they wake up. They're sleeping. We're going to let them sleep. We're going to get to Ice Cube. Ice Cube's part of the weekly roundup. Do not worry. We have not forgotten. We will not forget about Dre. I know Dre and Ice Cube are different people. It was song lyrics. Taylor, it's the last day of school and my last day at my old job. You're a great example of someone with ADHD who is smart and sassy and who owns it. I definitely own it. There's no other way to be. And that is what it is. So yes, Britney is part of the weekly roundup this week. So Britney is part of our weekly roundup. No worries. When I say weekly roundup, we've got a couple things. Thank you, Jesse E. We can definitely hit the like button and subscribe and do the YouTube things. We're going to get into the weekly roundup in just 1 second. Is that both cats? Yep, it is. I know they look like a supersized cat because here, let me see if I can, we're going to change the focus. Hold on. Let's see if we can focus back on them for a second. There they are. Just that is Fred and that is George. So, now if I screw up my own focus, somebody's going to be like, what is happening? Emily has messed up her own focus. I have manual focus, like for the win only sometimes. Hi from Republic of Ireland. Hello, Ireland in the chat. YouTube renamed Reamed TED Talk was the first video. Oh, it recommended. I see what you're saying. TED Talk was the first video I saw of yours. And from that, I was hooked. Thank you very much. Not a lot of people find me from the TED Talk. They find me from other stuff and then find the TED Talk. Go YouTube on recommending the TED Talk. The TED Talk's on the TEDx channel. So I've got it linked on my channel, but that's where it lives. So let's do weekly roundup stories. And then we're going to tell a story. We've dinged. We're at 131. Do we need to play it? We'll play it and then we'll play weekly roundup. We do need to play it dinged. And if we keep going, we may ding again. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, but we did ding. We dinged earlier today. So I think that counts, right? That counts. We dinged earlier today. Oh, it binged. Move your head. Ah! We're keeping it real. I'm going to have to update my photos everywhere because now the hair is purple, but I haven't had time to do that yet because people won't slow down with their fucking lawsuits. We're busy. All right. We got to round stuff up or we're going to be here forever tonight. It's time for the weekly roundup. We have 3 cases to round up this week: the Britney Spears Conservatorship, Ice Cube, and then Josh Duggar. So, as I say with everything, when we are talking about stuff, we will be talking about the actions, not the people. We will not be disparaging anyone. I know that the Duggar stuff is awful stuff. We're just talking about his motion for new trial. It's literally not that deep. It's not new trial. Motion to postpone the trial. So a continuance. It's not deep, but we'll get into it. First, we're going with Britney. Emmett Angel, there is nothing in my content for me to talk about with regard to that creator because there's no legal stuff. If there is legal stuff, I will consider it. How fast is my Wi-Fi? Very fast. And I will answer YouTube questions during questions for sure. Tech Valor is also one of our mods in the chat, and she can help with those questions as well. I have pretty fast internet, but even before I did, I streamed anyway. All right, Britney Spears first. Britney is on deck. Did y'all see that there's a petition to terminate the conservatorship? Like, this is just some weird shit. If you're not following along with the Britney Spears conservatorship, we can't even do a world so far. There's so much information. But on Wednesday, Britney is supposed to address the court for the first time. I will be there. I mean, not in person. I will be there to hear that court hearing. I will be, listening in, and then we will be talking about it. I am sure, hopefully, we're expecting Britney to address the court. We have no idea what she's going to say. There has not been a petition for termination of conservatorship until now, and now it's here. It's here. We're going to, of course, it's pulled up, but my screen's not shared because professionals. I mean, every week. You guys are like, every week, Emily? I totally forget. The thing about this is not filed by anyone that I think has standing. This is filed by someone else. I don't know who the person is. I have no idea. I have not Googled. But this was filed on June 14th. It is a petition for termination of conservatorship of the person only. Remember, Britney Spears is under 2 conservatorships. She is under a conservatorship of the person and a conservatorship of the estate. Her father is the one in charge of the conservatorship of the estate. Still, he is now a co-conservator with Bessemer Trust, and they are trying to appoint Jody Montgomery as the person who is the conservator of the person permanently. So, the interesting thing about this is not from any of the conservators or from Britney. So I think this is a stand, and they're not going to have standing. So let's just talk about what they filed. So the person only, let her free. Petitioner is an interested party. Explain how. I am, in the interest of justice, friend, debtor, heir. What? You're not the heir to Britney. You're not the heir to Britney. No. So I worry that this is a stan, but anybody can file the things if you pay the filing fees. The court's going to be like, you don't have standing, and throw it out. But we're going to talk about it anyway, because why not? Petitioner is self-represented, clearly. At the time of the appointment, a conservatorship was necessary for the following reasons. Ms. Spears may have been suffering from severe depression at the time of the conservatorship due to life circumstances. So they're guessing. A conservatorship of the person is no longer necessary for the conservatee for the following reasons. Well, let's see what their reasoning is, shall we? Ms. Spears has shown consistently her ability to take care of her own needs. How do you know? To feed herself, clothe herself, house herself, pay her bills. No. Okay, first of all, her business manager is paying her bills. I'm sure she is able to clothe herself and feed herself. But the other stuff is being handled by her conservatorship. Like, they do that. Even if it wasn't being handled by the conservatorship, her business manager would handle it. People who are famous, people who are uber wealthy, people who are uber busy often have business managers. And we saw this in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this last week, where Sutton's like, my business manager called ahead and gave them my budget. Like, her business manager handled that she was going to be buying a car, and they're like, we'll do the paperwork, you go drive it and drive away. It's not uncommon for people to have business managers who pay their bills and deal with their things. And you know what? I think maybe there should be business managers not for the uber wealthy, but for like the ADHD. Because in my life, the amount of times that I have gotten late fees because I've simply forgotten, auto pay is your friend when you're ADHD. But there are things that get forgotten. I feel like there needs to be a whole subsect of like business management for the ADHD. But, it is what it is. So feed herself, clothe herself, house herself, pay her bills, seek medical assistance when needed. How the fuck do you know, though? Miss Spears is not a threat to herself or others, but how do you know, though? The best interests of the conservatee require termination of the conservatorship of the person for the following reasons. It is far past time for Miss Spears to begin her life. Time is running out for us all. Well, true. True. Every day we're one day closer to the edge. I don't know. We're one step closer to the edge. That's how that goes. Time is running out for us all. There is no danger to Miss Spears or the public. It is in the interest of justice. For justice. For justice. The names, residence addresses, and relationships of the conservatees' relatives within the second degree so far known to petitioner are listed in attachment C. Oh, I'm fascinated. James P. Spears has filed a request to seal the record, attachment A, and not given notice, attachment B. So they're like, James has done things wrong, but that doesn't mean that you get to terminate the conservatorship. The names, residence addresses, and relationship of the conservatees' relatives within the second degree so far as known to petitioner are listed. It would terrify me if somebody, I will look at that before I pull it up, but it would terrify me if somebody's like, here are all of your family members and their home addresses. I don't know you, but let me just put it in a court document that I have stalked all of the people. My own thoughts. We're going to see what's going on down there in a sec. That sounds horrible. We're going to see what's going on down in that petition in a minute. Conservatorship of the estate does not include money or property acquired in whole or in part from money received from the Veterans Administration. But Britney's not getting funds from the VA. Britney's not a vet. Okay. Wherefore petitioner requests an order of this court that the conservatorship of the person of Birtney Jean Spears, the conservatee, is terminated. Well, that's not how that works if you don't have standing. But all right, stop it. His name's actually Stan. I was not trying to be funny. I meant Stan in the other way. I did not mean that his name was actually Stan, but the Stan's name is actually Stan. I feel like this is a setup. Stan Wantage? Okay. I'm going to go check this real quick. And I see, Ryan, I see your super chat in there. Thank you so much. I am so sorry for your loss. And I am very, very, very sorry for your loss. Thank you for sharing it with the Law Nerd community. I'm sure everyone is sending you big hugs. I'm very sorry. I'm glad that you guys got to enjoy the content, and I will still be here. And I can't imagine how devastating. So thank you for being here for Friday Night Live. The Law Nerds' hearts are with you, Ryan, and we're sending you a huge hug. Thank you. We're so sorry for your loss. Let me make sure Stan, the actual Stan, did not put any addresses in here. So he served Sam Ingham, so that's good. And he executed this on June 8th in Rancho Dominguez, California. So at least they know where it is. He attached the application to seal the record of the conservatorship, which we know. This is all stuff that's way back in the record. And then attachment C is the addresses that are already public record because they are the ones that are in court already. So this is from court record. This is not something this person put together, which is less terrifying. So this is from the court records. And this is all the stuff that's withheld, which is good. So, all right. I didn't realize that their name was actually Stan. I'm shooketh. I think this is an actual stan of Britney Spears, but somebody who took it upon themselves and was like, oh, well, nobody's asked for the conservatorship to be removed, so I'll just ask. We can just ask, right? That's how that works. We'll just ask. Jesse E said, Jess E said, can we get another stream with Natalie? Of course, I need to talk to Natalie. I am sure she is very busy. I also saw that she was in the chat. Hello, Natalie. I am sure you are very busy with the world opening up, but we absolutely can. Have you watched any Leah Miller lawyer on YouTube? No, but I will go look. I think the three of you would make such a sassy team. I'm here for all the sass. Throw in a gay YouTube lawyer and have a full-on Law Queens live stream. I mean, I'm here for a Law Queens live stream. Always here for it. I will go look for Leah Miller for sure. So I'm always here for it. The ladies of law. is Stan the new moon? I mean, Stan is definitely something. Hello, Natalie. Good to see you. It is a Stan being a Stan. The court's not going to have any of it. The Stan doesn't have standing. They don't have the requisite knowledge, but Stan the Stan wanted it to be known. Stan Want Tush. I mean, that seems like what his name is. It's pretty close. It is Want Tush. It is Wantuch. Want Tush. I mean, if we called the attorney Fuchs, I mean, I feel like we have to call him Want Tush. So I think the Stan feels like he is standing up, but he does not have standing. So yes, Stan the Stan lacks standing and does not know enough about the conservatorship of the person for the court to actually take this seriously. It's going to just be denied, probably for lack of standing, because he's not an interested party in any way. There's no way this is an interested party. This is not somebody who knows what Britney is up to. So yeah, no way, Stan. No way. This is exactly what's happening. Stan is screaming, leave Britney alone, but was like, I'll just file it then. Fuck it. I'll do it. Taking matters into my own hands for justice. All right. So now that we've gotten on with Stan the Stan, do you guys want to hear about the Ice Cube lawsuit real quick, or Josh Duggar's motion to delay the trial? You let me know. 1 for Cube, 2 for Duggar, and we'll see who's going next. Well, I drink my flip-a-table wine. See, the thing that's hard on stream, and I'm sure this is not what Zach considered, is that if this went the other way, I could drink it on stream and you could see the label. See, things people don't think about, because you have to see the back of the cam when I drink it. But see, if you turned it around, then streamers could stream with it looking so cute. Things that, if I ever do a rosé line, I will consider. Oh, you guys, this is too close. 1, 2, 1, 2. Who is walking around my yard? What? I guess my husband's home. He's surveying his land. He's probably looking at the rabbits. It's rabbit time of evening where they're all out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. You guys, it's so many. 11. That's not helpful at all. You're on the 1s and 2s. I can't even tell. I think this is a good idea. End with Cube for Jamie Riley. That is a tremendous. You guys, this is so close in the chat. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right. 2, 2, 2, 2. You guys, it's so close. There's no clear winner. All right. I'm going to take Jamie's suggestion. We're going to go with Duggar first, then we're going to end with Cube, because at least his lawyers were funny as hell. And we live for a sassy lawyer. We live for a sassy footnote, all of it. So let's pull that up real quick. The Duggar motion to continue. I've actually figured out how to link my stuff properly so it's easier to get to, which is so nice. We're going to talk about Josh Duggar's motion to continue trial. These are allegations. It is alleged. The behavior that is alleged is horrible. We all know that. We don't need to dive into it. We're just going to talk about the motion to continue trial because I got pinged about it a lot on Twitter. It's really not a big deal. It's pretty standard practice. This is a pretty in-depth case, and the defense probably needs more time to go through the digital evidence, and that's not unusual. So, Josh Duggar. Defense motion to continue trial. Background. Duggar is charged in 2 counts. Yep. Duggar has pled not guilty. Yep. Reason for the continuance. This is a complex case arriving out of a several-year federal investigation concerning allegations involving both the so-called dark web. What? Why is it No, it's the dark web. It is, in fact, the dark web. It's not like the so-called dark web. The alleged dark web. Do they object to the nefariousness of the name of the dark web? But it is the dark web. There's a fantastic Audible series called The Dark Web. I'm going to have to find it and link it for y'all. It's fantastic and fascinating. And sometimes you're like, ooh, I didn't want to know everything that's going on in the world. But then you will. Anyway, the alleged Dark web. It's the dark web, y'all. It exists. The dark web is a thing. I realize they're like, we're not conceding the point. The so-called dark web and peer-to-peer BitTorrent file sharing networks. Footnote, the defense appreciates and acknowledges that this is a lengthy request for continuance. However, for the reasons set out herein, the defense is making this request in an attempt to obviate. It's such a good word. It's such a good word. And it is just, when it's the only word that will do, it's the only word that would do. I don't know if people use this in their world as much as lawyers do, but obviate, it works so well. When I use it with my husband, he's like, what are you saying to me? I think the so-called dark web will be playing the side stage at Coachella in 2022. It's a K-Rock joke. All right. I heard dark web, but I see Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. Okay. Damn it, y'all. It's going to be an ADD evening up in here. Okay. I got distracted by obviate. Obviate the need for any future motions to continue, and in light of scheduling conflicts for counsel presented by trials throughout the remainder of 2021, like, also no shit. The scheduling of criminal trials right now is such an epic clusterfuck. And I feel for everyone working in trial courts everywhere. It is such a mess. It is such a mess. I am sorry, trial lawyers. I feel for you. I feel for you. Obviate the trials throughout the remainder of 2021, which were scheduled in rapid succession as a result of COVID, and the inability to hold federal jury trials during earlier dates. Yeah, we know. So based on the discovery provided, the government's allegations largely center on computer forensic evidence. Yep. And anticipated expert opinion testimony. Yep. The government utilized the service of 2 government-affiliated computer forensic experts during its investigation. Yep. They sent all the forensics out to the FBI, as well as one other, which I talked about after the detention hearing. The defense has retained an independent computer forensic expert. It's like, that's what I said, who must conduct a computer forensic examination of each of the devices at issue, a time-consuming process that requires review at a government facility. For one device the government alleges contained the images of CSA. The defense expert must also conduct a time-intensive process of reviewing the remaining devices that the government does not allege contained CP or CSA images. Indeed, based on litigation to date, it appears the government intends to make evidentiary use of one or more of the devices. Thus, given the complexity of the allegations and scope of the digital discovery at issue, the defense's computer forensic expert anticipates her review and subsequent analysis of the relevant evidence may take several months. That's not uncommon at all. Like, that's not uncommon at all. That's not a ridiculous request by any means, and really a reasonable one. And they brought it early enough that the court can't say you're not diligently working. The defense is like, look, we have to have a compute. We have to do forensics on this. We're paying to do forensics on this. We have to. Furthermore, the defense requires additional time to complete its review of the discovery and separately to pursue certain investigative leads based on the discovery, in particular based on the discovery disclosed to date. They're going to try to show either that the evidence doesn't show what they say it shows or can't be tied back to him, because again, in these types of cases, you have to prove who's at the keyboard, and that all relies on digital evidence, extensive digital evidence, and a lot of it circumstantially put together. So they're going to attack every bit of it. That's their job. That's what the defense does. They poke holes in the story that the government creates. The government has disclosed voluminous discovery in some respects. However, in other respects, the defense has expressly requested additional discovery and has not received it. They talk about trying to get that additional discovery that they haven't gotten. The government recently disclosed for the first time, and only by way of a screenshot, an unidentified database, and 2 other Arkansas state law enforcement agencies allegedly participated in this investigation. So again, there's more discovery here, and we're going to need it, and we're going to need to go through it. Finally, the defense requests that the trial date in or after February 22 to give Duggar sufficient time to prepare a defense in this case. specifically Duggar's lead counsel, has federal criminal trials scheduled to begin July 2021, September 2021, October 2021, and November 2021, all of which were scheduled in rapid succession. So the judge will probably ask about the scheduling of the other trials, could reach out to the other judges to figure out the likelihood that those trials will go. And then we'll probably work with the defense with regard to this request, because it's not an unreasonable request. COVID did completely fuck up the trial courts. And it's not as if they're just asking for more time because of scheduling, but they're asking for more time to actually conduct investigation relevant to the defense. I think it will get granted, particularly in light of the fact that he is on home detention and out of custody. There's really no reason not to grant this. So his trial will probably get pushed. And there's, the government's had several years to put together all their evidence. And then they come in and they're like, we're ready for trial. Yay! And the defense is like, this is 7 years of work that we need to catch up on. We can't go to trial in 2 months. That's not happening. And that's what we're seeing in the motion with the Jen Shah case as well. The government has had these cases in both of these cases for years, and the defense needs more time, and it can be prejudicial against the defense if they don't get more time. And a court doesn't want an appellate court later to be like, the defense didn't get to finish their investigation. They have the right to do that investigation. So my microphone and I we're not playing along today. Like, I feel like my camera has sagged, like the framing's not right. I don't know what's happening. Let's keep going. That was Duggar. We're gonna end with the Cube. We're gonna end with Ice Cube. We're gonna end. So let's. Ice Cube sues Robin Hood in the sassiest lawsuit we have seen on this channel to date. It is. Others have had sassy moments. That entire lawsuit was sass. All of it was sass. It was all sass. The problem was it was all sass, but the court also found that maybe it just didn't quite have enough facts. That's what the court said. The court has granted Robin Hood's motion to dismiss and given Cube and his lawyers an opportunity to refile this case because they dismissed it for lack of standing, stating that the plaintiff, Mr. Cube, did not plausibly plead that Robin Hood's use of his identity suggests his endorsement of Robin Hood's products. So the court said, look, we see that you've shared what Robin Hood shared. I should pull that up too. Hold on. Let me pull it up because that's in the other motion. That's in the other one. But the court said you shared what Robin Hood shared, and you, Mr. Cube, say that is showing that you or your likeness is being used to advertise Robin Hood's product, and it's indicating that you in some way endorse their product. But the problem that the court has is that they're saying, no, this is a newsletter. This isn't you endorsing the product. So let me just pull that up real quick out of the voluminous drives that I now have covering these cases, because I didn't link that one in my document for the evening, which I should have. So they shared the screenshot. Y'all told me what movie it was from last time when we talked about this. I still love the sass that this lawsuit is written with, and I live for it. And maybe they'll refile it and maybe they won't, but let's pull up their exhibit. So this is their exhibit. It was an email sent out to users and available in the app. Wiretext stocks failing. The court said this is not an advertisement. This is a newsletter. These snacks, Robinhood.com is clearly a newsletter, and the newsletter doesn't indicate that Ice Cube. It's hard sometimes not to be like ice baby. It's hard. It's hard out here for the Emily. So we are looking at what the court said is a newsletter, and they're saying that does not indicate that your likeness has been used to promote this product. So we're just going to head to the court's ruling real quick. I'll do a deeper dive of this for the Emily show next week, because it is actually very interesting to me. And I think there are some finer points of law. But in the weekly roundup, we just want to know the result. Like we're results oriented here this evening. We want to get to the result. Let's get to the result. Wait, this is not, the motion should be denied in its entirety. This is not the court's ruling. Damn it, that's the defense motion. Why do I have the wrong link? Where is my link? Wrong link. Darn it. Let me pull up the other one. See, so prepared that not prepared at all. We're so prepared that we're just so prepared. All right. This is the court's order granting the motion to dismiss. We're going to get to the result. See, I didn't need to pull up the other one because the court put it in theirs too. The correct yourself before you wreck yourself. From Are We Done Yet? Let's get to the court's final answer. The court dismisses the complaint for lack of standing because the plaintiff did not plausibly plead that Robinhood's use of his identity suggested his endorsement of their products. The irreducible, making it hard with the IR words, the ear words. Irreducible constitutional minimum of standing consists of 3 elements, and they go through the standing. The plaintiff must have suffered an injury in fact, which they're not saying that there is here, that it is fairly traceable to the challenged conduct of the defendant, and that it's likely to be redressed by a favorable judicial decision. So what they're saying is that there is no injury in fact if they haven't used your likeness to say that you're endorsing this product, because it's just a picture in a newsletter. So that's where it comes down. There was lots of reasoning here for sure. The plaintiff alleged that his celebrity status and his commercialization of it robustly that allows his recovery if he otherwise pleads viable claims for the unauthorized use of his identity. So yes, you can show unauthorized use of your identity, but in a newsletter, it's not going to be enough. So the court dismisses for the complete lack of standing, the complaint for lack of standing, and denies the motion to strike as moot. It is a moot point. And that is it. I loved this complaint. We will see if they refile. They have leave to refile. They have 21 days to amend the complaint and attach a black line of the changes. So showing the court where they've made changes. They might not be able to do that because what they're not going to be able to show is that it was used in advertisement. I don't think if they were able to show that, they would have shown that. I'm going to get to a few super chats that I missed. Ozio, shout out to your wife, Erika O. I'm glad she loves the show. Ryan, we got to yours. Thank you. Miranda Joy, just trying to let my Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, and Indiana, and anywhere else that's about to be affected by the storms to be safe. I'm in the Cincinnati area where there have been tornado sightings in Ohio. Sorry for the tornado sightings. I imagine that's rare in Ohio, but I don't know. Is Ohio? It's the Midwest. So, I mean, it happens. Okay. We have gotten through. I don't know if there's storms coming my way either. So let's, I keep trying to drink it this way. Now that I've said that, I keep trying to do it. Thank you, Aaron, for the love to the Paw Nerds and the 6-year YouTube anniversary. Y'all, just timestamp it. It's time for DA story time. It's time for DA story time. DA story time, then Housewives, because I promised. All right. No names will be named during this story time. And if Natalie Lawyer Chick is here, she's going to be like, what in the fuck was going on at this courthouse? Yes, but it was juvenile. So the LA DA's office requires a juvenile stint as part of your work. You have to go work in juvenile. Now, it might change. New DAs change the rules. It might happen. But during my time in juvenile, I prosecuted some very interesting cases. One of them had 11 juveniles and 2 adults. I will talk about that case from time to time. It was a monstrous case to prosecute just because of the logistics of a juvenile court prosecution, an adult court, superior court prosecution, and in one of those prosecutions, 11 different juveniles and 11 different defense attorneys. Trying to get 11 different defense attorneys anywhere is a nightmare. And then our juvenile court could not actually hold a courtroom with all of the defense attorneys and the juveniles because they all had to be in court at once. So we needed an adult courtroom. But my juvenile court that I worked at didn't have any adult courtrooms. It only had juvenile courtrooms. It was its own standalone juvenile courthouse at the detention center in the middle of a golf course, weirdly enough. So there were no adult courtrooms with like galleries where you could actually put 11 defense attorneys plus family members plus juveniles. So we had to go out of the courthouse to other court buildings to deal with both the adults and to deal with the 11 minors. So I had been out of the courthouse in the morning and was coming back into the courthouse as this was going down. I had asked, because I was going to be in adult court first thing in the morning, I had asked one of my colleagues to go into court and say that I would be there to call my juvenile cases by like 10:30 in the morning. I was supposed to have a trial. There's some particular timing things that go on with trials. And we had been having issues. My boss and the boss at the public defender's office were not getting along well. And so there were some gamesmanship things going on that were not great. So there was shenanigans happening at the juvenile court, and shenanigans had been happening with the defense attorneys and the DAs and with the bosses and with people just not working together well. It was frustrating at best. And the courts were very frustrated that the DA's office and the PD's office at this particular branch were very locked horns on things. So the PDs were not appearing on cases because when the DAs were trailing things to the afternoon, they thought that the cases should be called and start in the morning. We couldn't always start in the morning because we had to call our calendars. So if we had trial cases, we needed to call them in the afternoons. And everybody's butting heads about it. So there was stuff underlying what happens next. So I come back to court to call my case that I have for juvenile trial. I have witnesses for a juvenile trial. We're going to go to trial that afternoon. The defense attorney had come in and checked in and said, I'll be back this afternoon. And when I got to court, I'm like, can we call the case? I have a witness. Can we make sure that we're ready to go? They haven't announced ready. We need to be ready for trial or we need to put it over. I can't keep my witnesses here all day long. Yes, Krista, PD, public defender. I shifted into DA language. I'm sorry. So when I got to court, the public defender was refusing to come back to court. So I come into the office and my boss, who was not in the habit of leaving their office because they had to do all the paperworky bossy things and not the court things, like we ran the court things, was literally like running out of the office, pulling on a suit jacket. And I was like, what's going on? So-and-so's refusing to come to court. The court is going to issue an order, a court order that they come to court. The court is yelling, it's this case. I'm like, oh, my trial case. The court is ordering it to go out of the building. Like there was all kinds of stuff happening. And he was just like hair on fire, like, and I was like, oh, damn. So I put down my bag and I was like, what we're going to do is go to court and see what's going on with this case. All of the DAs were in court. All of the defense attorneys, except the one that was supposed to be there, were in court. No, and the boss wasn't there. Other defense attorneys were there. So my colleague who had stood in for me and was like, can we just call this case when Miss Baker gets back, was stuck sitting there in the middle of this shit show. I felt so bad because in the subsequent things that happened, I was out on maternity leave and she had to go give a deposition because she was the one on the record. I felt terribly about it. I was like, I'm so sorry that you had to go deal with this, because there was litigation after this, because of course there was. So what I'll tell you about my juvenile court is that it had a big waiting room out in the front, and then one case at a time came back to the different courtrooms, and they had lines on the floor, almost like a hospital. It was like family, the Baker family, please follow the yellow line to department 251 or whatever it was. And so you would follow the lines and so there's families who had gotten called to follow the line waiting outside the courtroom. And then there's all of this shit going on inside the courtroom. And then bosses going run into the courtroom. So I'm sitting in the courtroom like, what is happening? And the defense attorneys refusing to come to court. They had set a time for everybody to come back to court to call the case. The judge was not having the gamesmanship of the day, and was ready to call the case and send it to another courthouse because we were full for trials and it had to go to trial. And if it didn't go to trial that day, it could get dismissed. But if the defense attorney didn't show up and announce ready, it couldn't get sent out to another court. And if it couldn't get sent out to another court, the juvenile couldn't get on the transport to get transported to another court, and it couldn't start the trial that day. And then the case was at risk of getting dismissed because of time. So the court ordered that the defense attorney come to court. And I was getting into the court as the court was losing its mind on the bailiff. And the bailiff was like, what do you want me to do? I went down. And the thing is, the public defender's office was literally like courtroom, public defender's office. And the whole lobby of the public defender's office was glass. So if you're standing outside of their office, you could see the attorney and the boss inside the office. You could see them in there. So it was like, they're right there. They refused to come out the door and down the hallway. And we're like, I'm not coming to court. Well, the court ordered the defense attorney to come to court. The court asked the bailiff to go illuminate the situation for the defense attorneys and say, hey, you've been ordered to come to court. You are in violation of a court order. And so the bailiff unlocked the door to the PD's office that was now locked, unlocked the door to the PD's office because we could all hear him going, you have been ordered to come to court. If you do not come to court now, you are in violation of a court order. And the defense attorney is like, we're not coming to court. And they're like, you just need to come announce ready or not ready. Like, what? So the judge was like, what you're going to do is go get the defense attorney and bring them back to court. They have been ordered to appear because now the bailiff's like running back and forth going, okay, well, Your Honor, I mean, what they said was blah, 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 blah. And the court's like, no, we're not having you run back. And you're not the go-between. I issued a court order for them to come to court, get to court. And at this point, the court reporter is recording and like, So the court's like, go and bring them to court. Bring them to court. The bailiff later said that when they went into the public defender's office, I wasn't there, I was in the courtroom. When they went into the public defender's office, it is said that what the public defender said was, I am not coming to court. And if you need me to go to court, you can fucking arrest me. And the bailiff was like, 10-4, good buddy. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. And arrested the public defender for the violation of the court order. Yep. And then, with hands behind the back, holding onto the handcuffs, walked the public defender down the hallway into the courtroom and brought the public defender into the courtroom in handcuffs. And the public defender was like, why am I in handcuffs? And the bailiff is like, you said you wouldn't come to court unless I arrested you. So I arrested you. You told me you weren't coming. So I cuffed you. So not only has the public defender been walked in front of their client, the kid who was there for trial, and the trial was not a wild thing. It was a pretty like nondescript, like typical juvie kind of shit trial, walked past their client into the courtroom. And the court reporter's sitting there like this. And I am sitting in court like this. I could never be an actor. I was like, and this public defender and I at the time did not have a great relationship. So I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Later, we had a much better relationship during the time we worked in juvenile. Not so much. And I was literally dying inside. I was like, I have never seen anything this fucking wild happen ever. So then the public defender starts throwing an absolute fit on the record, starts screaming at the judge, screaming at the bailiff and everybody else. And is like, I told you I was not coming to court. And the court's like, I ordered you to come to court. What you don't get to do is not come. If you're ready, announce ready. If you're not ready, announce you're not ready. But you know that this courthouse's rules is that you have to announce ready or not ready by 10 a.m. So then the public defender announced like not ready for trial and is like, I've been walked in front of my client. And now you've interfered with the attorney-client relationship and all this other stuff. Then everything exploded. Then the public defender ended up suing the county, the bosses from everywhere. And at the DA's office, you have so many bosses. You have like the boss at your courthouse, and then you have like the director above your boss at the courthouse. And then there's like all the bosses above them. There's like 17 bosses at any one time. All of the bosses came down and interviewed all of us multiple times. And then all of the bosses for the public defender's office came down and interviewed us multiple times. And I was like, I can't believe I'm spending weeks and weeks and weeks going, well, I came back from being at this court for this hearing, and yes, this was my case, but this other DA was the one sitting in court when this all went down, and the court has a standing rule that you have to announce ready because of everything going on. And so when I came into the courtroom, I heard the bailiff say this, and then I heard the yelling, and then I heard this, and then whoop, just the craziest stuff you will ever see. I have never seen anything like it. I know it happens in other places, but it was one of those things that my colleagues and I still talk about. I'm sure that the public defender and their colleagues still talk about it too, but it was just, they ended up losing the suit against the sheriff's department because you know what? Violating a court order, being held in contempt of court. And at that point, the court was like, I am holding you in contempt. You're violating a court order. I ordered you to come to court. You didn't. Excuse you. You all good, George? Sneezing kittens. So it was a moment in time. It was a moment in time. And that is the day that one of the juvenile public defenders got arrested and perp walked into court. It was an odd day. There was also a day that a kid escaped juvenile court, but that's going to have to be a DA story time for another day because we're at an hour and we have Girardi stuff to talk about. And then we have Jen Shaw stuff to talk about. Jen Shaw might not even, sorry, Jen Shaw, we might not get to it today because we had to do a DA story time. We're going to have to do the day that a juvenile escaped from court, same courtroom, same bailiff, but the bailiff ended up breaking his arm. That's a DA story time for another day. So we need to move on. We're going to do Erika stuff first. I've got to finish so we can get to the Diamond one. We're going to do Erika stuff first because there's so much happening. There's a new motion from Ron Richards because now he's part of this case. There is Erika and her attorneys are like having a moment and we need to talk about all of it. Are you guys ready to talk about Erika Girardi? Like, are you ready? The PD did stay on that case after that happened. The case ended up resolving. So, question, the bailiff broke the kid's arm or his own arm? The bailiff broke their own arm. Did the juvenile run through the golf course? They didn't get very far on the golf course. We'll talk about that in another one. Oh, and then there was the time that there's more juvie stories. The juvie was not harmed when they escaped. The bailiff was very much harmed. Very much harmed sounds dramatic. They broke their, I mean, but the thing is, once you get over like 20, breaking bones is bad. Like when my kids bounce back from broken bones. If I broke a bone now, I would be like, I'm done for the rest of the year. We're calling it. We're calling it quits. I'm out. But we need to get to Erika Girardi. There's so much. So let me pull up those documents Let's talk about her lawyers first, and then let's talk about money shit. Does that sound good to you guys? Lawyers and then money? I mean, it's all money shit. It's all money shit. You guys are like, we need a DA story time every Friday night. Okay, next Friday we'll talk more about juvie. Lawyers first, then money. I think that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna go, hey, money. Baby, I got your money, got your money. Hey, baby, I got your money. Trisha's like, please do juvie stories. I work at a juvenile detention facility. Have any of your attorneys been arrested and dragged to court yet? Because I feel like it is. Question, did you hear about the Savage, Utah ADA who sent a fiery email to someone knocking on his door and woke him up from his nap when he specifically had no one wanted to? I did not hear about that. We get salty about our naps. We get salty. All right. We're getting into Girardi stuff. Look, what is going on with Erika's lawyers? Let's start there. Girardi stuff. I need to finish this so that we can move on. I did a quick, did I do a short about Erika's lawyers firing her? I can't even remember. It's been such a busy week. Tati came back and my mind has been erased. I think I did a YouTube short about Erika being fired by her lawyers. I did. Not a lot of you have watched it. Okay, you can watch it. I'm getting a shareable link. Don't watch it now. You can go watch it later. But I have a YouTube short about this. Erika got fired by her lawyers, but kind of not really. Erika's lawyers filed notice in motion of them to withdraw as counsel, meaning they wanted to withdraw. Why did Erika's lawyers want to withdraw? Well, they said there was an irreparable damage to the attorney-client relationship. So this was filed on June 15th. What day is it? Why is so much happening this week? Tati came back. Can't we just have a moment to be like, I wonder what lip she's wearing? And is that the Tati eye palette? Can't we all have a moment? Gabby Hanna's out here releasing videos. Frenemies is buck wild. I need a moment. But no, Erika's lawyers are doing the most. And just tea. So let's get into the cause of the thing, which is, the breakdown of the attorney-client relationship has long been recognized as grounds for authorizing the attorney to withdraw. If an attorney and client cannot agree, how can they litigate together? Due to the breakdown of the relationship between the firm and Mr. Girardi set forth in the attached declaration, cause exists. Let's look at the declaration. The declaration says, I, dude, am a partner at firm, bankruptcy counsel of record for Erika Girardi in both bankruptcy cases. So this motion was filed in both cases. It was filed in the bankruptcy for the firm of Girardi case and for Tom Girardi as a person. I have personal knowledge. Yes, you do. There has been a fundamental and material breakdown in the relationship between the firm and Girardi. The relationship of trust and confidence is necessary to the proper functioning of an attorney-client relationship and has ceased to exist. In my good faith judgment, the attorney-client relationship has been irreparably damaged and it is no longer possible to carry on an attorney-client relationship with the necessary degree of trust and confidence, which is the foundation to that relationship. While I do not believe the precise nature of the breakdown can be described without violating the attorney-client privilege or breaching confidentiality, I'm prepared to respond to any questions in camera, which means in court, if necessary, subject to the limits imposed by case law. So, irreparably damaged relationship of trust and confidence. For me, this language goes beyond we're not just getting paid. However, they just withdrew this motion today. So, were you just not getting paid? Did you just not get paid? Is this just them not getting paid and then they got paid and they were like, oh, we cool now? Because irreparable damage is more than not getting paid. It's irreparable damage is a breach of trust. A fundamental material breakdown is what they said. Guess what they said today? Woo, we're undamaged. Undamaged. Please take notice that on June 15th, firm filed its notice of motion and motion to withdraw as counsel and hereby dismisses and withdraws. They've withdrawn the motion to withdraw. Oopsies. We good now. We good. It's all good. Don't that irreparable damage. Like words have meaning, people. Apparently the irreparable damage was healed swiftly, which means the check must have cashed because I can't imagine that there was an actual breach of trust and faith that could be healed in 2 days. Marvelous Mel, it did sound like my client lied to me. It does sound like that they had this irreparable relationship. The harm was so great that they could not go on. That goes, for me, that language goes beyond just not getting paid. The breach of trust goes beyond not getting paid. But you know what? Maybe Erika had to come to Jesus when she realized that she actually doesn't have the cash to put up, to put down. Got to get up to get down. Got to get up to get down. Maybe she just does not have the money to put down another retainer for new counsel and was like, okay, look, I realize that you wanted me to be more upfront, but the only one who knows the answers is him. So I will tell you what I know. Maybe she just realized that what she had to do is come correct with her attorneys and tell them what they were asking. So she's unfired. She's been unfired by her attorneys. The irreparable damage, the relationship of trust and confidence has magically been fixed in 2 days. Weird. Funny, money might have done it. So Erika's unfired by her attorneys and they are not withdrawing as counsel. But if they did withdraw, Erika would have found or had to have found a chunk of money to put down on a retainer for new attorneys, because new attorneys aren't coming into a bankruptcy being like, let's just pay as we go. They're going to be like, what we're going to need from you is 50 grand. We're going to put it in we're going to put it down as retainer and we'll work against that. That's where we're starting. No one is going to take it just on month-to-month payments. So Erika's got her attorneys back. Look who's back. Back again. Now we can get on to the diamond one because we've got a new motion. Because the bankruptcy courts, the first one that, I just licked my finger. It totally happened. I didn't even think about it. It happened first. And then I was like, oh, Emily, girl, no. just no. So there are 2 bankruptcies with regard to Tom Girardi. Girardi Keese, him as a person. I have been saying since the beginning of this, Erika is going to get sued in the bankruptcy court. Well, we are starting to see it happen. Diva Views, you know this about me. You know this. You know that I'm basic. You know that I'm basic. This one actually says I stole Kim's goddamn house with the diamond. I love these. I think they're so fun. You know, I love booze in a can. We dig it. And since I can't drink beer, I enjoy having all of the other things as booze in a can. All right, let's pull up that other motion because they are going after Erika's money. This is the first court that's going after Erika's money. So, the court granted the appointment of Ron Richards a week and a half ago. And the bankruptcy court's just coming in hot with that. So let me pull that motion up and talk about the motion for examination because they are going after her money. Hey, money, baby, there's another. No, it's Hey Dirty, baby, I got your money because that's an ODB song. It's fine. They're using it as a laundry commercial right now. They're using it they're using ODB for laundry commercials. And we've got Shaggy's It Wasn't Me is like a Cheetos commercial. And then we've got the other one that is is it an insurance commercial? The Whoop, there it is. The Scoop, there it is. They're eating ice cream. I think it's an insurance commercial. The 90s music is now just commercial. I just can't. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into this motion. Notice of motion, a motion for order examining. order requiring examination and production of documents by Benjamin. I am not even going to try. I started drinking. And I just, look, the way I want to say this is not the appropriate way to say this, because how I would say cack and sure is probably not appropriate. It's not right. And I do not want to be disrespectful to Benjamin. So, Benjamin, we're not going to inappropriately pronounce cack and sure, because really, we're just not. We did, didn't we? Damn it. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce cockshore. Cockshore? Whatever. We're moving on. So this is a motion from the Ron Richards and the trustee, because the trustee has hired Ron Richards as special litigation counsel, so now he can file motions. Please take notice, pursuant to this notice of motion, they are asking for things that the trustee has appointed them. They get to do things. Continuation of office closures due to COVID. Here's the emails. They're on their public website, which is why I didn't redact them. Also, I think Ron Richards' DMs are open on Twitter, so it's like, we're just like, it's fine. We're not redacting out the emails. It's public information. Those are law firm emails. Please take further notice that this motion is brought in accordance with Rule 2004 of the Federal Bankruptcy Rules. In light of the fact that no adversary proceeding is pending in which Ben K. Yep, we're going with Ben K. To which Ben K is a party and is A. Burr. That won't work. I would still have to go with the last name, Ben K. We're going with Ben K. Is a party and is made on the grounds that the examination is necessary to the trustee to ascertain and discover assets of the estate, including without limitation, possible avoidance, power claims against, among others, Erika Girardi, aka Erika Jane, aka Erika Chahoy, and her affiliated entities. Now I feel like up and at 'em. Erika Girardi, aka Erika Jane, aka Erika Chahoy. It's a lot of names. It's a lot of names. Due to the limited scope of this motion, the trustee anticipates that further document production and examination may be necessary. Other notices. Since Kishore is not, Ben K is not the debtor, the trustee will also be issuing a subpoena. We don't need to get into the weeds. The trustee requests that the court enter an order granting the motion, directing Ben K to produce the documents identified in Exhibit A by 5 p.m. July 20th. Hey, that's my anniversary. Perfect. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Katya. Yes. Ahoy, Erika Chahoy. It's like Chips Ahoy. It's Chahoy, I think. It is. It is. Yep. Let's see what we've gotten here. Let's go. In order to uncover the whereabouts of potential assets of the estate, including the location of millions of dollars of litigation settlement proceeds from other firm assets, which may have been fraudulently transferred to Erika Girardi, aka Erika Jane, aka Erika Chahoy, and her affiliated entities, collectively Erika, just Erika. The entities being things like EJ Creative and those business entities where money could have gone. The trustee must examine witnesses who may have firsthand knowledge of this widespread fraud. Ben K, who is Erika's landlord at her newly established residence, is one such witness, because the motion's aim is to uncover potential recipients of fraudulently transferred monies that will aid the trustee in fulfilling their duties to creditors by enabling her to access key financial information relative to debtors' business operations. Okay, let's break it down. How the fuck you paying your rent, Erika? Where'd that money come from? Is that money that came from the law firm to you? We'd like to know how you're paying your rent. How are you affording it? It seems expensive to be you. I'm waiting for the Glam Squad. I'm waiting for this to come with the Glam Squad. If it's $40K a month in Glam Squad, is the Glam Squad going to be like, hey, how are you getting paid? How are you getting paid? The mods are telling me that I am blurry. Am I blurry? I don't look blurry. I don't look blurry to me on my end. So if something is blurry, I apologize. I would refresh your stream. Thank you, mods, for letting me know. But on my end, we look sharp as a tack. But you know, I wear glasses. It looks sharp to me. So if it is blurry, I would refresh the stream on your end. Okay, let's keep going. I have so many questions. This is the bankruptcy trustee being like, hi, you live in an expensive place. I have questions. Where's that money coming from? Where's that money coming from? Background, Girardi Keese, debtor, was, before its downfall, a highly regarded plaintiff's law firm based in Los Angeles, California. Why is my mic annoying me so much tonight? I don't know. As the layers of the onion began to be peeled back, I wonder if this is written mostly by Ron Richards, because we've brought in more colorful language than we normally get from our dear bankruptcy trustee, and I'm living for it. Let's bring all the colorful language. Let's bring all of it. Let's wait. Does this one say talk about it all? No, I'm ready to flip a table. One of them says, let's discuss it all. Let's talk about it all. As the layers of the onion begin to be peeled back, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. As the layers of the onion begin to be peeled back, it was discovered that a widespread fraud had been perpetrated, yet no shit, to the detriment of scores of litigants who placed their trust in the debtor and its widely known founder, Tom Girardi. As a result of the unearthed information on December 18th, 2020, petitioning creditors, all of them, filed an involuntary Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition against debtor, including Kimberly Archie. You get it, Kimberly Archie. The petitioning creditors also filed an involuntary Chapter 7 bankruptcy against Tom Girardi, which is pending. On December 24th, 2020, the petitioning creditors filed a motion for appointment of interim trustee. We know this. The trustee is 6 months into her administration of the estate, and it's been 6 months. It's been 10 years. I don't even know. There are so many motions in this case. It is so wild. It is so wild. It is just. The trustee is 6 months into her administration of the estate and is beginning to unravel the numerous transactions which may be avoidable and recoverable for the benefit of creditors. I don't know if we mean avoidable or voidable. Among the possible assets to be recovered are the millions of dollars of settlement proceeds which the debtor may have transferred to Erika. The trustee's special litigation counsel has already corroborated that settlement funds were diverted to Erika. So at some point, they are saying at some point, Erika got funds that should have gone to clients, which shouldn't happen. Obviously. The SLC for the trustee has already confirmed that debtor has admitted to, in numerous filed tax documents, that Erika's related companies have received over $20 million according to tax documents. Look, that's what was said ages ago in the Edelson PC case. They alleged this $20 million settlement or this $20 million loan to Erika. And originally on Twitter, I think Ron Richards had said, we haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they have found it. It looks like they have found that her company has filed taxes indicating they got that money. Now it's tracing it back. What did you know, Erika? Did you know where that money was coming from? Spanning multiple years, Erika has created a new company after the news broke of the scandal, which appears to simply be a successor company. Erika has multiple financial accounts in the debtor's books that show Erika owes large receivables to debtor. Okay, look. After the news broke of all of this, Erika created a new company. So At that point, she's trying to cover her ass. They're also saying in this that Erika has multiple accounts on the debtor's books showing money going between the accounts, and she owes debts to Girardi Keese. And I said this from the beginning. If Girardi Keese gave money to Erika, Erika is going to get sued up one side and down the other 6 ways to Saturday to give that money back, because the purpose of the bankruptcy trustee is to go claw back all of that money and be like, this shit doesn't belong to you. Give it back. I've wondered if this is why Erika's trying to fight the homestead exemption and the property on the other side of the bankruptcy, because she knows this is coming on this side of the bankruptcy. Like trying to hold on to every personal asset she has, because she's going to have to pay it out on this business side, because there's no getting around the money that if she owes money to the law firm, it has to go back to the law firm, and the law firm has to pay its fucking clients who deserve the money, who got the money. Look, bringing up a new company is not going to look good. You're not going to hide that money, boo-boo. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. You're not going to get to hide the money. You're not going to get to just put your money from Real Housewives in a subsidiary company and think that your company is not going to have to deal with this. She is going to be left holding all of the bags. Tom is in a conservatorship. She is going to be left holding this debt. She's going to be left holding the bag on this. And it's probably going to fucking suck. Yeah, there is a cost. There is a cost. Teresa Giudice bore that cost too for what her husband did. We'll see how Coach Shaw fares in the Jen Shaw situation, which we're not even going to get to tonight. Damn it. Because there's too much. Erika has multiple financial accounts. We got to that. In order to assist her in the performance of her statutory duties on April 26th, the trustee filed an application to appoint Ron Richards as the special counsel. Erika objected to investigate and, if warranted, sue Erika. We've been saying this since this bankruptcy happened. Someone's going to sue Erika if she doesn't cooperate. It's going to happen. Erika's going to get sued. What's up, Kempire? So good to see you. Erika's going to get sued in this 6 ways to Saturday. The court overruled Erika's objection to the trustee's application, and he was authorized on June 10th. And he was like, what we're going to do now is find all this money. Also, remember, Ron Richards will get 35 to 45% of everything that he finds and brings back. Somebody do the math on 20 million. June 10th, 2021, the SLC sent a demand to Erika's attorney demanding repayment of Girardi. I am mad. Can you imagine what that letter was? Hold my beer. Hold my rosé. Excuse me, counsel for Erika? Yeah, we would like $20 million now, please. Now, please. No, now. No, now. Now. Stop paying the glam squad. Now. Money. Where's the money? Give it back. We're calling the loans. So on June 10th, the day he was appointed, it was like, hey, you objected to me being appointed. You didn't like what I said on Twitter. Guess what? Doesn't fucking matter. I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge. I've been appointed. I am in charge. Let's go. On June 10th, the SLC sent a demand to Erika's attorney demanding repayment of Girardi Keese, the fee that was improperly assigned to Erika. Erika has received for years this improper assignment of debtor's attorney fee portion. So that's different. We'll talk about that in a second. Debtor's attorney fee portion arising from a client settlement instead of the money going to the firm. This irrefutable evidence was provided to Erika's counsel, which included a notarized form signed by Erika. Ah, good. We have a notarized form. The other ones that we've talked about on the channel weren't notarized. Notarized is so helpful. A notarized form signed by Erika and other irrefutable evidence, including a court order. Despite numerous communications asking Erika's counsel to confirm receipt of the demand, no response or acknowledgement was provided. Yeah, they probably hadn't been paid yet. Speculation based on their own motions. Well, now that Erika's attorneys aren't withdrawing, maybe they'll respond to the request for the money. Okay, so what we're talking about here, I never double space after a period. Either way, Erika has received improper assignment of debtor's attorney fee portion. Here's what that means. What that means, and there was, I think Ron Richards talked about this on Twitter, that there was a portion of a settlement. When a case settles, attorneys are entitled to their costs and attorney's fees, and then the client gets the money. So it seems that in at least one case, the money was not going directly to Girardi Keese, the law firm. It was assigned out to Erika, which literally can't happen. But a court signed off on it, and I don't know why. It was like, because Tom was like, it's fine. But attorney fees go to the law firm. Just what? So attorney's fees were being assigned out to Erika, which shouldn't happen, but that money should have come to the law firm. And I think the argument here is if the law firm had had that money, then the law firm can cover its expenses and shouldn't be taking money from the clients. So that money was improperly assigned, they're saying, to Erika, because you can't do that. And, it should go back. It should go back so it can go to the clients. Katya, this is a brilliant reference to Clueless, and I love it. Way harsh, Ty. Erika has received for years this improper assignment of debtors' attorney's fees arising from a client settlement instead of the money going to the firm. The evidence has been shown. On June 15th, Erika's attorneys filed a motion to withdraw, alleging a breakdown in the relationship, which suggests the loss of client control or a very difficult client. Do you think Erika's a difficult client? Do we think Erika's a difficult client? Or do we think she didn't pay? It's going to be one of the two. What are we doing, George? Please don't scratch my chair. Don't or bite it. No. He's trying to eat my chair. Don't eat the chair. On June 15th, Girardi's trustee filed a motion seeking relief from stay to pursue third-party state debtors exam against Erika. Good. On June 17th, Erika's attorneys magically withdrew their motion. It was fun. It's fine. Due to the mounting legal matters, the SLC is concerned that absent the investigation occurring rapidly, Erika may further dissipate the debtor's assets. I can understand that concern. The necessity to trace her money and investigate the receipt of funds, her purchases, including the bling and the glam. Never did I ever assume that I would see that in legal pleadings. The bling. The glam. Y'all. We know what the bling is, and then it defines it. Diamonds and high expenditures of beauty maintenance. There was a case I did. We're going to say words that are going to promptly get us demond, but there was a case I did where it was a case explaining sexual activity, and it was like, I requested a BJ spelled out, trying to not get demond. And then it was like in paren, oral sex. It was so funny. And so this is diamonds and high expenditures of beauty maintenance. Look, sometimes this shit's expensive. My shit's not expensive. We need little, like, just no. Anyway, to determine if funds Erika used to pay BK, her landlord, were fraudulently procured from debtor, it is necessary for BK to produce key financial documents and be subject to testimony under oath. You know what he's going to be like? I get checks and they cash. But it's fair to ask. Specifically, the trustee's investigation already has uncovered transfers of assets to Erika that purportedly belong to debtor. This Rule 2004 examination seeks financial records from a third party who receives monthly lease payments. Erika, how are you affording that rent? We have questions, including residential lease and ancillary documents. There is no privilege associated, we know. The court should order BK to produce the requested documents and attend an oral examination pursuant to Rule 2004 of the federal rules. This breaks down the law saying, yeah, you can do that because you can. There's a lot that the bankruptcy trustee is allowed to do. Being a bankruptcy trustee actually seems kind of fun. You get to be nosy AF, which is one of the things I liked about white collar crime cases. You get to be nosy. Courts routinely permit a wide range of inquiries pursuant to Rule 2004. Yeah, because they want to get the money back. That's literally their goal. The broad scope of 2004 allows for it. Relative to this case, the trustee seeks documents. Like, these aren't really invasive documents. It'll be interesting to see how she proved she would be able to pay the rent. Like, how did she show you, landlord, that she could afford this? Like, what documents did she give you to prove it? We have questions. We would like to know. Regarding the source of funds used to pay the monthly lease for Erika's newly leased premises, as well as other financial documents which may be relevant to the investigation, they seek to discover the identity of sources of payments made to BK and determine, among other things, whether the funds can be traced to the debtor or were the funds fraudulently procured from the debtor. Meet and confer, like, let's talk location of examination, rules. We could talk via Zoom. It's fine. We could have a Zoom meeting. It's all good. We'll do it on Zoom. Conclusion: the requested production of documents and oral examination are central to the trustee's independent investigation. I think the court will grant it. The trustee requests that the court order it to appear for examination by July 22nd. Oh, on July 20th. I love that they set a date. They're like, we've already set a date for the meeting. Clear your calendar. Don't you worry about it. In light of anticipated continuation of office closures, doing it via Zoom. Zoom makes everything so easy. Signed by Ron Richards. Declaration of Ron Richards. Let's see what Ron has to say. I am over the age of 18. I have offices. I am appointed. Yes. I make this motion. Yes. Anything else? No. In accordance with the local rules? Yes. Prior to filing the motion, I conferred with BK regarding the scope and nature of the proposed production of documents and examination. Specifically on June 13th, I spoke with BK, who agreed to produce the requested documents and attend an examination, but only after the trustee obtained an order of the court. Because you have to, as somebody who has other people's financial documents, it's like, look, I will cooperate, but there needs to be a court order to cover my own ass, which is completely fair. It's like, I'm happy to be here, but you need a court order to cover my butt. Produce the requested documents. Documents. Business. Definitions. We know the definitions. We don't need to get into those. Requested documents. All communications regarding the property, all leases and rental agreements regarding the property, all documents evidencing any payments you receive from Erika or any third party on Erika's behalf. That'll be fascinating, including without limitations, copies of checks, cashier checks, money orders, wire transfers, other forms of payment, receipts documenting the payment, documents of any credit reporting agency, checks, cashier's checks, money orders, documents referencing the rental applications, financial documents, proof of service. That's all the people that have to get served because there's so many people involved in this bankruptcy. And I've been talking for an hour and 40 minutes and we didn't get to Jen Shaw tonight. So I'm going to have to change the title of this. We're just not going to get to Jen Shaw. I don't know how much she makes from Housewives. And if it's coming from Housewives money, then she's entitled to it. So I am going to look at the super chats I missed and get to questions. And then at the end, we will get to court of public opinion. Yes. Madam Jenkins, I reference Unikitty a lot. Unikitty going business. Is it working? Is exactly how I feel like Jen Shaw has always explained her business. We're going to have to get into her motions another day. I'm just going to have to dedicate a whole stream to it. That's what it is. I have Unikitties. Where are my Unikitties? Oh, you can't see them. They're up one shelf above. Unikitty's up one shelf above from where you can see. I'll change my camera up a little bit. When I do Instagram lives, you see the next shelf here. And that's where the Unikitties are with my rainbow colored books. We good, paw nerds? All right, let's keep rolling. Let's get to questions. I have questions. You have questions. We have super chats. We're going to get to those first. and then we're going to get to the rest of the questions. Thank you all for the super chats. I know I don't always get them exactly at the moment, but I tried to get to them all. I appreciate you because, you know, we're let's see if we're demonetized yet. Every live stream, it's a consideration. Let's just see. Also, I haven't said do the YouTubey things. There's like 3,000 of us here. Just like and subscribe. You never know. YouTube might have helpfully unsubscribed you. They do that sometimes. They've been cleaning out subscriptions. They never seem to clean out on my subscriptions. Oh yeah, we're already yellow. YouTube's like, girl, what are you saying? No, we were talking about Britney, YouTube. There's nothing scandalous here. It's educational stuff. Don't get wild. I was on, whose stream was I on? Eric Hunley's, where he's like, no, I just request it reviewed midstream. And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea instead of waiting to the end. All right, let's get to the super chats that I missed. Let's see. We got Miranda Joy. Oh, we got that one. Kim Bauschman, Erika attorney just withdrew their withdrawal as attorney. Ron Richards just tweeted, yes, we knew that. I was just getting to it at the end. Ozio, shout out to your wife. We got that. Aaron Fowley sending some love to the Ponards and congratulations. Thank you. Ashley Vincent, thank you for the catnip tip. Fred and George, say thank you. Yep. That's what we got from the cats. Shelby Harris, thank you for the super sticker. Jay Thomas, all the love to you and your family for Juneteenth. Thank you. And love to everyone else. Because again, my feelings on it, you're not free till everybody's free. So it's absolutely to be celebrated. Matt Bond, I'm not a bloody owl. I'm not a bloody owl. Next time I should just read super chats as Lawyer Cat. Next time. Kyle Owen says, thanks for going live. I greatly enjoy your legal analysis. Kyle, we are here. Kylie, sorry, I added a letter. Kylie, we are here Tuesdays and Fridays. And sometimes when shit goes down, we just go live because we want to talk about it. That was yesterday's live stream. It's like, let's talk. Batul, I hope I pronounced that properly. A general question. How do you find a lawyer? And is it good to have one before anything happens? Also, thank you for the endless smiles. You're welcome. How do you find a lawyer? It depends what you need. I would start by asking around. If you can, there's some things like family law stuff where you can't ask your immediate circle because you don't want them to know your business. And then you can start with your local bar association. I mean, the faith in bar associations of the law nerds is low at the moment, but you can start with your local bar associations and you can start asking, if you know any attorneys, asking around to their networks, because then at least they've generally seen people in court and you can ask, is this someone you've seen in court or is this just someone you know, and go from there. Shelby Harris asked, question, would the Ruy Gomez family get their settlement funds from Erika's lawsuit? That's a complex question. The Ruy Gomez family has a perfected judgment that is a lien on all of the personal property, and they're owed a judgment by the business. So they're going to get funds out of the sale of the house, and the rest of the funds they don't get from the sale of the house, they can go after the law firm for. So yes, possibly, if they don't get all their funds for the sale of the house. And it looks like the house sale just went down, just was reduced in price to sell. So we'll see how much they get. I hope there's never going to be any amount of money that makes it better for what they've been through and the fight that they've had to fight. But I hope that they are at least compensated. They're never going to be made whole from all of this. What they've been through, no client should ever go through. And it just makes me angry. I wish that the documentary, and I talked about this with other content creators, I wish that it had focused on the clients of Tom Girardi more. I think it painted a better picture than having like Danielle Staub being like, she's a bitch, I'm a bitch. Like, look, the information is in these voicemails. That's what we all want to know. The legal experts, the commentators, and the voicemails. We don't need a bitter housewife spewing information that's not even information. Batul said, thank you. I'm cancer-free. Congratulations, but have to get radiation on my head every day for preventative measures. I usually have a headache, but literally can watch your videos and only feel joy. I'm only 25. I'm only 25 and a huge fan. Congratulations on being cancer-free. I'm sorry that you are still going through radiation. I know that that is a really tough process. Always here, always here, always here to put out content that hopefully brings a smile, and all the things. So congratulations again. Christopher D, this case just gets worse and worse. Yup. Brandy Rose, question unrelated, I'm sure, just coming in, and I'll be in the replay crew too, but I've been meaning to ask for a while. Did you ever prosecute a celebrity? I was part of celebrity prosecutions. Yes, I was. Did I? Yes, I was part of celebrity prosecutions. Lindsay Lohan being one of them, where I was part of the team. I was not the lead prosecutor on that case. Did I ever want to be the lead prosecutor on a celebrity case? No. I also had celebrities as victims, which was very interesting as well, because you have to get over the fact that your victim is a celebrity, but you also have to deal with their team. Strange. So yes. Elise Nicole said, would the rent she paid to the landlord be owed back if it was paid with fraudulent funds? They're going to try to get it back, or at least get back that amount and be like, hey, we're owed this amount. And then the landlord can sue you over the money that they're owed. Christopher D said, will the court really pin all of this debt on Erika? A lot of it she's co-debtor on because she's still married. And because she's still married, a lot of the co-debts, like the vet and stuff, she's going to have to pay. She's going to be left holding the bag for a lot of this. Look, man, live the life. I saw it in the chat before. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Mother, I need to move my screen over so I can read. I'm getting new glasses. I'm just saying, because I need these are my distance glasses. More information than you need, but we're going to go there anyway. And I need screen glasses because sometimes I'm like, I can't read it all. Question, how much weight does Britney's testimony bring? It depends on what she says. Has a conservatee ever done something like Britney is doing? I don't have metrics for that. Conservatees do talk to the court. That's not unusual. Tom Girardi talked to the court last week. I don't know if he knew he was talking to the court because his statements were odd. But yes, conservatees can talk to the court. It depends on what she says. I will let you know next week after I listen what my thoughts are, because I'm curious. So, Sandy, yes, more client focus from that. I thought Danielle was unnecessary in the documentary. I agree with you 100%, Aaron. I'm going to get to some more questions. Oh my God, Britney is free. No, a stan is trying to make Britney free. But I am distracted by the gloriousness of your rainbow cloud shoes in your profile picture. Those are glorious. I had when I was a teen. I remember them. I went to the California State Games to play water polo, and I had giant Rainbow Company flip-flops. So the company Rainbow that makes great flip-flops, but they were stacked flip-flops because it was the 90s, and they actually had rainbows on them. They were my favorite thing ever. I should have just kept them and put them on a shelf somewhere. They were my favorite thing ever, and they had that huge, thick sole like yours did. So no, Britney is not free. Britney's talking to the court next week, though. I'm very excited to see what she says. Very excited. Question, did you join the water fight after last night? I did join the water fight. I got soaked, and my son was very respectful of not shooting me in the hair. I was like, I don't want to have to wash my hair before Friday Night Live. Please do not super soak my hair. I went out in the clothes I was wearing on Friday Night Live and was soaked from the head down. Griffin thought it was hilarious. We had a very good time running around in the grass doing it. Sandra James, yes, you can't always get what you want. Erika's definitely not going to get what she wants. I mean, I think what she wants is to not lose everything, but I think she's going to come really close. I also think she's scrappy and she will probably bounce back. Do you think YouTube might take arbitration online in the future? It's fascinating dissecting and learning things, but courts are expensive. I don't know. They should. It would be very interesting. They're getting sued right now in a suit I haven't even had time to break down yet, but they're getting sued for not enforcing their policy against predatory copyright claims and privacy strikes. So someone is suing them saying, you have a policy that says you enforce and can deplatform or take the channels away of people who abuse the reporting system, but you don't fucking do it. So why do you have a policy against abuse of the reporting system if you don't enforce it? I'm very curious to see what happens with that lawsuit. Very, very curious because YouTube, enforce your policies against abusive reporting because creators use it to silence other creators. Question. So bank court can't touch her Real Housewives money. No, just me, not at all. They are going through the process so they can touch her housewife money because if they track back money that she owed to Girardi Keese, the firm, they're going to be like, hey, you owe this money, pay it back. It doesn't matter where the funds come from to pay it back. So if the funds come from Housewives to pay it back, you got to pay it back. BB's cool vintage question. Emily, you look so fit. How do you keep in shape? I put my camera above and I shoot down. Because what we are is fluffy and not super fit. Not as fit as we would like to be. We are definitely fluffy, but we have a good camera angle because there's like, look, it's not as cute from the side. It's definitely not as cute straight on. We have a good camera angle. We are not super fit. I try to drink water, sleep well, and stay active. I also had Sonic for dinner with my kid last night. It was fantastic. Lawyer Cat is creepy. Y'all, Diva Views coming in with the fighting words. Chat, is Lawyer Cat creepy? I need to know. I need to know. Is Lawyer Cat creepy? Question. Considering Erika could end up paying most of the debt, did she file for divorce too late, or was it because the courts put a pause on the divorce? Oh, she filed too late. And then the bankruptcy put a pause on it. It's interesting. Was it Andy's Girl? I think it was the Andy's Girls podcast that interviewed Edelson PC. And the Jay Edelson was talking about the fact that when Erika filed for divorce, they were like, oh, she's trying to get out. And we're worried she's trying to get out with the money. It's why in their lawsuit, they said they thought it was a sham divorce. She's trying to get out with the money. We have to file now. Like, go, like SEAL Team 6. My mom remembers the flip-flops. I did love the flip-flops. We've kept like so much stuff from my childhood, Mom. I should have kept the flip-flops. And the other thing I loved were my Doc Martens. I had the greatest Doc Martens. My friends and I, it was the 90s. My friends and I want another pair of Docs though. My friends and I all had matching Doc Martens. I loved them. I think I bought them at 3rd Street in Santa Monica at the Doc Martens store with like lifeguarding summer work money. And I went to college. They got wet at a party. I left them to dry and they got stolen. I was so pissed. When my Docs got stolen outside of my dorm, but also ADHD. Like I also in college parked one of my friend's cars in a no parking zone and got distracted and didn't go move it because I was moving something up into my dorm and then it got towed. And then we had to go track down her car. So funny. Am I allowed to like this video more than once? You have to like it at least 3 times. You can't just like it twice. Camera angle is everything. You guys, Heather's like, it is a little creepy. You guys are funny. Hold on. That's not it. I thought that we had it pulled up. I thought I had it ready, but no, because why? Because why would we? And then we're going to get to court of public opinion in just a minute, but just for Diva, because you know. It's creepy. I imagine it's creepier if you're watching TV. Eating Sonic right now, just ordered a strawberry cheesecake shake. Are they good? They look so good. They look delicious. Gauntlets have been thrown. Diva's like, what? Hi, I'm not a cat. Nicole said, I appreciate you so much. You're making my packing infinitely less stressful. Look, I have to pack in July to go back to California. So there's going to be a little bit of a break on the channel. I need to give the mods dates. Mods, I'm going to give you dates of Emily break, but because we're going back to California for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. I wonder if it's weird for my parents that Brian and I have been married like almost 20 years. It's got to be strange. It's like, damn. It's weird to me that I have a kid older than 10. So, it's got to be strange. But anyway, we're heading back to California, and I don't want to think about packing. Like, I don't want to think about packing. It's been a year without travel. Like, all the packing we've done is we packed everything we owned and moved. Now I'm like, shit, I have to pack. I don't want to pack. I don't want to pack. I don't know. Suzanne B is like, it is terrifying on the TV. At least it makes me laugh. All right, we'll do this one. We'll finish out with the pirate, and then we'll get back to like normal content. Happy Friday from Newfoundland, where the only cool thing is that we have our own time zone. I mean, that's got to be confusing. I can't keep the 4 we have in the US right. I can't keep it right at all. I get it wrong all the time. Ask Up and Adam, because we both thought that we were on the same time zone and we were not. And he was like, I'm done. I was like, damn it, you meant Eastern Standard Time, not Central Standard Time. All right, pirate lawyer is preferred. Somebody was saying that the kitty is hissing. I mean, just wait till they turn 15. I can't even think about like my kid driving. I just can't. Somebody said I refuse to go back to California. I'm very excited. Fair point, Billy. I'm very excited to go back. I'm excited to see my folks. I'm excited to go back and then leave again, because it's like, I'm excited to remind my kids of the traffic and how brown it is there in the summer. So I'm excited. All right, let's go to court of public opinion. Question: doesn't EJ's lawyers lose credibility by withdrawing their motion to withdraw, plus judge less likely to approve in the future? I mean, I don't know. Things happen in attorney-client relationships. They might have had to actually. I'm gonna go to serious face, so we're gonna have to not be pirate lawyer for serious face. Sometimes when you threaten your kids with like consequences, you actually have to follow through with the consequences. I feel like this was Erika's lawyers following through with the consequences for whatever was going on. So whatever was going on, they were like, we told you we would stop being your lawyer. You didn't believe us. So we filed a motion with the court and we're like, now what? Go find new counsel. Have fun. And she was like, fuck shit. Yeah, okay, right. I got it. Sorry about that. We're good now. So that's what I think. That's honestly what I think. I think that they needed to follow through with the threat of consequence. Shout out to Lawyer Cat. Cheers. Loving your shirt. This is in the Lawnard's shop. I love it too. I haven't made one that says foolishness because it just needs to be facts over fuckery. Because facts. All right. Court of public opinion, shall we? We've been streaming for like 2 hours. Don't forget to let me know how many likes are on the stream. Don't forget to like and do the YouTube things. The paw nerds appreciate it. Don't you, paw nerds? Don't you? They're like, no, we just like to be allowed to sleep. We like to sleep. We like to sleep. Before we go to court of public opinion, there's a giveaway going on Instagram at the Emily D. Baker that has 2 prizes. It includes Lawnard's merch and a gift card to the Lawnard shop and the Pride. This one. 2 of the Pride Starbucks tumblers so we can be twinning. So go ahead and head on over to the Instagrams and join. You have to leave a comment and they'll be randomly selected and hopefully you win. And then I'll send them out on Monday. And then by the end of next week, hopefully we can be twinning. So go do the giveaway stuff so that I can give you money to go to the Lawnard shop. I'm very excited. So go enter. Yay. Let's get to court of public opinion. We've got an easy one because the Ursula was hard. So we're going to do another hard one in a few weeks. Tonight's an easy one. Ursula was difficult. Tonight is a would you rather. We needed a chill would you rather. So, Natalie's World. What does the D in Emily D. Baker stand for? It depends on the day. Sometimes it's just D. Sometimes it's danger. Sometimes it's Disney. Emily Dongle Baker. What if the money given to EJ companies were investments? Would she be required to pay it back? Christopher D, I think it's going to depend on if there's adequate paperwork. But what they're talking about in this last motion is money that was supposed to go to the firm, because you're not supposed to assign attorney's fees. So money that should have gone to the firm that isn't. But if it's investments, here's what I was thinking when I was watching. This is a great question. Thank you for asking. Here's what I was thinking when I was watching The Hustler and the Housewife, or The Housewife and the Hustler, or whatever. What the Rigoma's family said that Tom told them they were going to invest their money and they were going to get like a 6% return. What if Tom was like, I'm investing it into Erika Jane, the musician, and I think that that's going to have a 6% return on investment. Like, what if that was the investment that he was thinking of? But we know from Housewives, and I think her book, where she said, like, there was no return on that investment. Like, the money, the career was losing money. It was, all of it was losing money. So I don't know, but I wonder if that was part of him believing his own shit in what he was selling. So yeah, I don't know. Question, are you moving or just visiting? Debbie, I am just going back to visit my folks, my hometown, and all the things. We moved last August. We're not moving again. Unless we move within the state. I could see, like, an acre's nice, but I could also see, like, I can see wanting more acreage. I can see wanting more space. Like, I could see that. Okay. Let's get to court of public opinion. It's an easy one. Let's go. You ready? I'm ready. One of these days, we're going to do a court of public opinion game. But here's the thing with court of public opinion. The purpose of all of my content is kind of understand, evaluate, facts, not fuckery. What do we understand? How do we evaluate it? And if we think it sucks, how do we make change? Court of public opinion is kind of where you can practice those arguments in a fun way. Did Ursula breach the contract? Is a hot dog? It started with somebody's super chat, and I need to go back and find that stream. Is a hot dog a sandwich? And we started doing courts of public opinion. It just happened kind of organically, but it's a great way for us to define what we're talking about, define the problem, and then decide where we stand on an issue for fun. How many browser tabs are too many? What is it? So tonight, would you rather a completely automated home or a fully automated vehicle, fully autonomous vehicle? So what would you rather? Do you want a fully autonomous vehicle? I have pretty much a fully autonomous vehicle. It's fucking rad. It's a little scary sometimes. But then a completely automated home, would it make me coffee and lunch? I would think so. And that would be rad. Oh, sarcastic superhero girl. Happy I was able to join live tonight with the gorgeous Emily. I will take it. I will always take the compliments. Thank you for your generous super chat. You guys are like vehicle, home, neither. Amy's like, I do not trust you. I've seen The Matrix. The robots are going to take over. Home. Smart everything. I do love smart everything. Neither. I don't trust the machines. Home, vehicle. Look, I will tell you what, home. Neither too hackable. Jamie Riley, it is a fair point. Neither's going to have to be an option when I put this poll up. So neither, I don't trust the machines. Vehicle, I suck at driving. I will tell you. So I like my smart home. There is something so nice about putting the car on autopilot. All the micro decisions you make while driving, it just takes them away. And there will be a time in the future where we will have less parking lots because you will drive your car somewhere and then it will go charge itself. And when I lived in Southern California, the beach, finding parking at the beach is literally the fucking worst. But could you imagine if your car could just drop you off and then go park itself back at your house or go charge itself and wait? Can you imagine a world with the autonomous vehicles where you don't even have to own a car? You just own like a car share and you like tap in your app and your car comes and gets you. It's automated. It's autonomous. It just drives itself. It comes and gets you and goes away. It's like you always have Uber, but you never have to pay for a car all your own. You don't have to put it in a garage. What would you do with your garage then? Music studio? Game room where you stream? I used to stream in my car. There's so many options, but having the car drive itself is like, now that's not to say you can drink and drive, you can fall asleep while driving, you can watch a movie while driving. You shouldn't do any of that. You should still be present for now. But imagine home, or a fly car like the Jetsons. I mean, it's fair. We're going back to Cali. going back to Cali. Home, but it has to clean the bathrooms. Dinner's ready. This is an excellent point. Self-cleaning toilet. If it makes its own food. I want it. John, that's an absolutely fair point because you don't want your house to become a spy hub. And a house that's hackable is kind of crazy. Feels like the Jetsons kind of divas like house, long distance drive with an adult beverage. I mean, you can't do it yet, but driving from San Diego like to LA and back on autopilot, it was just glorious. I love driving on autopilot. It's so nice. Autopilot's amazing. I love being centered in the lane. It's so good. Autopilot's so good. It's so good. Bree, congratulations on passing your CNA exam. Love riding with all my law nerds. We are celebrating you. Congratulations. Where I live in Tennessee, they are offering like $10,000 signing bonuses for people in the medical field because there are not enough of them. Car, both. There's never a guarantee, but technology. I mean, both is not an option. It's a would you rather. I'm with Emily with neither. I thought I could only choose home or vehicle. You can choose home, vehicle, or neither. That's fair. Would you rather home or vehicle? I understand neither. Neither I've seen Terminator. Neither I don't trust the machines. Neither they're all Decepticons. What is Fred doing? Look at him. He's just like chilled. He's chilled out. Neither I don't trust the machines or the government to do anything. I mean, Linda, it's a fair point. I would say it cleans the house. I've seen Smart House. I mean, fair. Neither. Movies have taught me that the machines want to kill me. They do. They want to become you, I think. I want a fridge that will reorder groceries. Krista, I think that's possible now because they have the ones that have the cameras inside that you can connect to your Amazon. Therese, this is a fair point. Disabled and choose home. Very, very fair point. Vehicle. Have you seen the short in the new season of Love, Death, and Robots? No, but it sounds fascinating. If the home does the lawn, I don't know. I don't think smart home includes lawn. I don't think smart home includes smart mower. Ashley Vincent, I'm already scared of our robot overlords. It's a very fair point. I can't drive a car, so autonomous vehicle would expand my accessibility. It's a fantastic point. It really is nice. Yamina was like, I welcome you, robot overlords. It's like, I welcome you. Not having to clean is a very good point. The kids have actually been doing a pretty good job cleaning. They are part of our cleaning crew at the house. The kids, the husband and I, we've got cleaning tasks. Look, it's all hands on deck. And I don't want to raise boys that don't know how to clean a toilet. Also, they make the biggest mess in the toilet. So it's only fair that they learn how to clean it. Y'all, it's almost 2 hours and 15 minutes in. Can we get a huge thank you to the mods? A huge thank you to the mods. Aren't self-driving cars expensive? I mean, yes, they're getting less expensive. Teslas are amazing. The thing about the Tesla that I love, last night, I think I shared it on my Instagram stories. We went to Sonic last night. Look, there was no Sonic near where we lived in Southern California. I love tater tots. Did you know that on the Sonic app, you can like modify your tater tots? You can add like cheese and onions to your tater tots. Damn it. I'm going to start talking about this and I'm going to want to go get tater tots. Anyway, I love tater tots. Sonic is great. During the pandemic, it was kind of nice to have a drive-in where you could like eat in your car, but you were still out. Anyway, you can play Netflix or Hulu or YouTube on the giant screen in the car. So we were watching Mr. Beast on YouTube in the car while we were eating Sonic last night. It felt like a movie in a drive-in. It was so much fun. Kempire, thank you. I am such a Taurus when it comes to food. I mean, I'm such a Taurus in all ways. My husband's also a Taurus. It just is. They're not tater tots, they're potato gems. What? I have never heard of potato gems. You can get them extra crispy. Oh, that sounds so good. It is, Jackie, it is yummy by way of American fast food. I don't eat chili. My husband loves the chili tots. I love the tots. I love it. I love it. I love it. They call wedges tater tots. That's really confusing because that's a wedge. Potato gems. Yes, Kendra. Yes. Somebody else with the onion tater tots. I got onion cheese tater tots. Sonic onion rings hand breaded. I haven't tried their onion rings yet because I love the tots. The mozzarella sticks are also good. Sonic is good, y'all. Here's the thing. Sonic is good. Shake Shack is good. It's coming here. Steak and Shake is amazing. We don't have a Whataburger. I don't think it's as good as Steak and Shake or Sonic. Discovering Sonic has been fun. It took us a while. And then we were like, ooh, we really like Sonic, maybe a little too much, and Sonic's close. But it's so nice to just be able to like stay in the car, leave the kids in the car, not have to drive any. It's just I like Sonic. I like Sonic. I know In-N-Out. It's a different thing, Sandra. I'm okay. The thing is, if I could get like Sonic tater tots In-N-Out animal style, because animal style fries are the best, but you've got to get fries. Well done. Animal style, so good. But Sonic is fantastic. Krista, I have considered getting, because you can buy the little pellet ice machines like the Sonic Us. I've considered getting one for my house, but my husband, the dentist, loses his fucking mind when I chew ice. I love chewing ice. He loses his mind. Victoria Swan, I missed your super chat. I'm sorry. Next court of public opinion to water to full toilet paper. We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that for sure. We'll have to talk about toilet paper for sure. There is a Sonic in California, but it's in Fullerton. Corey, that's fair. I don't think I would have driven to Fullerton for food. I didn't know you could buy ice at Sonic, but apparently you can buy ice at Sonic. I saw that. You can buy ice. Okay, you can buy ice at Sonic. It is quality chewing ice. It's so good. The Sonic ice is fantastic. I like chewing ice. You all are right people. I'll buy ice in bags. We'll buy ice in bags. In-N-Out is overrated. LA needs Sonic. Sonic is great. The thing with LA, Ashley says there's one in Gilroy too. That's good to know. The thing about LA is they don't have the space. They don't have the space to, drive through. Works. All right, y'all. We're going to keep talking about food. It's making me very hungry, so I'm going to go eat. Oh, hi, George. Do you want to come over? Let's see if we can get George. We'll do a palate cleanser and say goodbye. George, come say goodbye to the Lawnards. They always get to see Fred, but they never get to see you. Fred is passed out. Fred is so tired. You do not like being on camera nearly as much. Oh, my darling lion kitty. He is so very orange and such a little lion man. He's like, what are you, Mom? No, this isn't it. It's not it. I want to get down. Can you say goodnight to the Lawnards? All right, bye. 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 Go be with brother. All right. He's like, do not make me be on camera. Fred, on the other hand, is just like, whatever. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging with me for another amazing Friday night. Huge thank you to the mods. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my God, it's stand-up. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's a perk. That's a job perk. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being a Law Nerd. Go join the giveaway so we can give away some shit to the Law Nerds. Follow me on social for the weekend stuff. I probably won't be on much this weekend. My kid's getting home from camp. I miss him. So, I probably won't be on social that much this weekend. I'm going to put up the poll. We'll rule on it on Tuesday. Sorry, Jen Shaw, you got bumped. We'll talk about Jen Shaw on Tuesday. There's a lot in those search warrants, y'all, about this business. It sounds like an MLM gone really fucking wrong. It's crazy. We'll talk about it on Tuesday. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being Law Nerds. I will see you soon. Bye. I'm still waving. I'm trying to do the outro. Yeah, we're just gonna drink some more rosé. It's gonna be fine. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, LawNerdsUnite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube.